am. Good evening, Team Eagles. Hello there once again. It must be Monday evening. Welcome to our call, whether you're calling in from the West Coast or the East Coast or somewhere in between. As most of you know, we are Jenny and Mick Daly. We are Presidential Marketing Directors in your support line, and we're kind of in the middle because we're in Colorado. We're in the mountains, and guess what? It is snowing. I guess that's winter, isn't it? We're February in Colorado, it's to be expected, but we're looking forward to going to the beach in a couple of weeks' time. All right, well, good to see so many of you here this evening. I know you're in for a treat. In a little while, Paul is going to be sharing all her expertise on customer care. But first of all, we are going to look at the contest, as always. Thank you, Mick. Fit that to my window. And February the 13th, we're almost halfway through the month at the moment. And of course, things can change. This is looking very small on my screen, so I can only just read it. I don't know why that is.
Well, let me jump in. So I'm excited to see Joseph, who is brand new, has already completed his Partner Plus promotion, right up there with 4 new orders and a partner, and as I said, a promotion, and only pipped at the post so far this month by his sponsor, Tim. So well done, Joseph, and well done, Tim. Congrats to Cindy Collinsworth on her Partner Plus promotion as well. And her sponsor is Constanza. So well done, Cindy, and well done, Constanza. So 2 more weeks to go, and we'll see how this moves ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mick. I'm now going to turn it over to Melinda.
All right. And Cindy is on tonight. We have several brand new people on tonight. Cindy's on, and Letty is here from Mexico City. So we have an international call. Letty is Costanza's sister. So y'all know we're extending our family across the border. And then her partner, Tona Chu. Oh my gosh. Forgive me. Welcome. And then let's see. Is Joseph on tonight? I'm not seeing him yet. Nope. I wanted
the paramedic
might be coming in. Okay.
Oh, we got an arrow.
gonna call.
He might be on the other screen. Look at us, Mick. We have 2 screens.
There's iPhone.
Woo, there's
He's
an
a
iPhone.
paramedic, so that's what Tim was saying. He won't be on tonight because he gets all the calls. Like he gets calls.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, we'll still put him as a welcome, and then Melissa. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to turn us over to Brianna for our eat and share. I didn't actually ask if you were going to do that tonight, Brianna, but I'm assuming you are.
I'm ready.
Okay, and it's over to you.
Okay, so give me a second to make this go. Okay, can y'all see this okay?
7:34.
So this week's of Eat and Share, I just wanted to share a few things. Alexis, if you do not follow Alexis Busselman or Emily Otten on social media, here's your cue to go do that right now because they share phenomenal things. So this is one of Alexis's really short and sweet. She will do things throughout the week that's really good. Sorry that I don't know how to make that go away, but short and sweet. This one was one that she did. I love how she overlaid this. These things are really easy and they're eye catchy on a story. And then this one is a longer one. So I kind of wanted to show you her transition. So whether you do something short or you do something long, it doesn't matter. But she was showing that our Healthy Starts for Families has changed. And so she's bringing attention to that time frame for how long you can now get this for free for your kids. Some people like the words complimentary. Some people like free. You can do whichever you want. But then she went into what is the Healthy Starts and shared some of the testimonies she had. So then she had a little bit more that's really pretty, beautiful. And then she finished it with They Got Started in 2001 with a link of how to get started from her. So I liked that this was a longer one, but I didn't want to put this one first because that could be really overwhelming if you've never used a story before. So just know that that other option with her just having those two is definitely something, but these are really good. If someone's interested, they will click through and read. If someone's not interested, they'll just quickly click through to get to the rest of it. So you're not going to miss out or lose anyone with that. And these were some other options I saw throughout the week of people just showing just their Juice Plus in their hand or the complete and not having necessarily it saying what Juice Plus is, but just showcasing what available things we have. Emily is another good one who shared. This was one that she was talking about. It was a new month and gut health and just sharing some things about the research of gut health. So you can notice that she has the same picture in the background for all of these, and she has put fun things with fun colors on. So it wasn't like it took her a bunch of pictures or anything like that. You can utilize the same pictures, save it, and just change the wording on it to make it look really concise and really easy. Emily is really good about always using the same color scheme as well. So you'll notice that when you follow her, but you don't have to do all of those things. You can just put font up there, write what you want. It doesn't have to be really crazy and beautiful at the beginning. And then the last one I wanted to share was just some other things that I've seen people share in the Juice Plus world about just in general health tips and healthy things to know. So Emily is also really good about showing people, like sharing other health and sharing other doctors and nurses and stuff. So you don't always have to be the person who knows it all, right? I think Jake Rood was the one who said, don't be a tool, use a tool or something like that. And so I totally butchered that, but be a tool, be a connector for people then to have opportunities to learn through you, because then those people are then going to come to your page, come to your site to learn about health because they know that that's what you're sharing. So that is all for this week.
All right. Thank you very much for all those ideas, Brianna. And at this point, I am going to turn it over to Paula. We had some interesting conversations this week, and I just said, Paula, you got to share that tonight on customer care and way beyond sales, but really caring about our customers. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Paula.
Thank you, Melinda. Thanks a lot. And for anyone that's new, if you go to myjuiceplus.com and go into the hub and getting started, there is the course that is customer care. It is wonderful. If you haven't seen it or gone through it, go through it. And they keep track of that. And so you can see what you did, what you didn't do, and how much you've done of it. So it's really kind of cool because I feel like it's a report card. It's like, uh-oh, I like to get all A's, so I better get on it. But anyway, so I was doing that, and I thought through the years, I have been an exceptional customer caregiver. I mean, when I first started, every person I signed up for the product, I personally gave them my guarantee. If this order ships without me knowing it or without me telling you, I will personally reimburse you the amount your credit card got charged. Okay. And I told people that, and because back then there was more of a stigma with getting things automatically. They came every month, and it was, they didn't like that either. So it was kind of a thing where, oh, okay. And the way I got over that was what I said, if you ever get it, and if I haven't told you it's coming and you get it, I will pay for it. And so in all the years I've done it, I did have to pay once. Kind of funny, because I did the guy and he said I didn't have to reimburse him, but I said, no, I promised you. And I don't know how it slipped, but it did get through. And then about 2 months later, he called and canceled his order anyway, because he was going to prison for embezzlement. So that's okay. That doesn't matter. It was still, I owed him the money because I let it ship. And boy, you better believe I have never had another order ship without the person's permission. And I thought that made me good. Okay, now we're going to fast forward to a year ago. A good friend of mine, she got uterine cancer, and she went through all the trauma and everything. And I called her one day and I said, I need your credit card. And she says, well, now's not a good time. And so I just let it drop. And so then I noticed that she had gone in and canceled her order. And now good customer service would say that you call them, right? But I didn't, because she had uterine cancer. She is going through all this. And I thought, I just can't bother her. And she's just stopped it for a while. She'll get back on it. And so it's been a year now, and I've seen her multiple times, and she never brought it up. And me, for all the good customer service I give, I never brought it up either. And finally, I have another friend that got uterine cancer. She got the notice in July of last year. Hers wasn't as good as the other one. Gail, who's been on Juice Plus for at least 18, 19 years, she had a very good experience, relatively speaking. And Kim did not. And a couple of weeks ago, Kim passed away. But what happened was in July, Kim texted me and said, I guess I should have taken you up on that Juice Plus stuff. And I was like, why? What's going on? And she said, I've just been diagnosed with uterine cancer. It's metastasized, and it had gone to like her lungs and her liver or kidney. I mean, it had really spread. And she said, I probably got 2-4 months maybe to live at the most. And I felt so bad. And I said, well, we could start it now. And she's like, no, you know, it's over for me. And so anyway, she died just a couple of weeks ago. And I felt so bad because she was my master gardener friend. You know, it was like, she was a cool person. I really liked her. And it was like, it was the same thing that Gail went through. So I thought, you've got to find out what's going on with Gail. And it really dawned on me. That's what good service is, good customer service is, really finding out what's going on. And so I called Gail and I said, hey, let's go to breakfast. And we did. And I started crying. And I said, why did you stop Juice Plus? And she goes, oh, I didn't stop it. I've been taking it all along. I said, well, how are you taking it? Do you have you buying it from someone else? That's okay. Just tell me. And she goes, no. She says, I've got a pantry full of it. What? I have a pantry. Well, not anymore. I need it. But I have a pantry full of Juice Plus. I said, how is that possible? I ask you every 4 months, do you need it? And she said, well, you told me it was coming. I said, well, why didn't you tell me you don't need it? Well, I didn't want to make you feel bad. And I was like, Gail, it doesn't work that way. The reason I ask you is because I don't want you to feel obligated just to take it because it's coming. You get to control it. And she was like, oh. So we've got all our acts straight. I know now when I call the customers, I send them a little thing, a little blurb I've got that says, hey, your Juice Plus is ready to ship. And it lets them know when. But I'm about to redo that because I'm going to say, do you need it? Do you want it? It's like, I've got to work up something that says, if you really, to give good service. And in talking to Gail, she had her sitting on the kitchen table. Well, that was fine if she ate breakfast at home, but like when you don't eat breakfast at home, you might forget. And so I talked with her a couple of ways that we could do it so she would take it more regularly. My favorite way to do it is put it by your toothbrush because you brush your teeth every morning and every night. And that's what I take our stuff out. We put it in I use the capsule, the bottle caps. And I put it in for mine morning, or evening or afternoon, and Albert's morning and Albert's afternoon. And that way, when I go to bed, I know I've not taken it. And also I take the greens in the morning because if I take the greens at night, I don't go to sleep till about 3 or 4 in the morning. So anyway, that's my customer tip, is to really make sure you're talking and communicating with them. Just crossing the box doesn't do it. Really find out, are they ready for it? Do they want it? And that will get you better customer service. And everybody loves good customer service. And I'm just kind of sad it took me so long to figure it out. And, but I do make sure now that they need it. And we'll see. That's it. Any questions?
That's awesome, Paula. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry that it was such a tragedy on one of your friends, but thankfully not on the other. So what other tips do y'all have? Questions for Paula, things that you do? I know we have some excellent customer service people here with us tonight. What other small tips would you add? Nicole?
So Paula, what I say to my customers, say, hey, just want to give you a heads up. Your order's scheduled to ship on XYZ. If you've been eating it consistently, you should be right on track for that order. However, if you need any changes made or you want to add, and I'll usually say, like if they have a trio, if you want to add omegas or you want to add some shakes, or like whatever they don't have, I'll say, if you need to make any changes or you want to add the omegas to it, let me know. And we can make the changes. If I don't hear back from you, I'll assume everything is good to go and it'll ship on time.
Yeah.
And so that way they know they have the opportunity to change it if they don't need it, but it also like provokes, oh yeah, I did want to try those omegas, or I did want to try some shakes. So
thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll put in a little short video if I have one that's something, really maybe a 2-minute, 3-minute on one of the products that they're not currently getting, but they've spoken with me about. So that's an idea. Brianna mentioned something to me this morning. If you would share, Brianna, because having only been in the Juice Plus world, I did not realize some things that apparently are common out there in the marketplace.
I'm happy to share if you'll give me a little prompt on what exactly I mentioned.
Well, you were saying that some companies automatically, they charge you whether you have it shipped or not, and the customers might, think that we are going to be penalized and they don't want us to get hurt if they're really good friends of ours.
Mhm.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Most companies, you have a monthly subscription. So whether you're getting anything or not, you make a payment. And so they might not know that they don't have to receive their shipment every 4 months. A lot of companies will charge you if you change your shipment. They're kind of getting away from that. A lot of companies are moving into that, but direct sales companies are not all the same. I think we all know that on the business side of things for sure, but especially on the customer side of things, if you have a set thing that ships every 4 months, 2 months, 1 month, I always definitely remind people every single time it ships that we can make it ship sooner. We can expedite their order. We can delay their order. We can change the order. That will not charge them any fees. Nothing is going to happen because a lot of companies don't have that flexibility that Juice Plus offers.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I did not know that. And the other thing that a lot of times I will say, if they have I love what Nicole said, because I've always been trying to figure out a nice way to say, well, if you were compliant, you'd be out. And, you can't really say it that boldly, but also if you do have, they say they have some extra, I always try to remind them to double up. If they're feeling stressed. I think years ago, we heard Dr. Cheryl and I were sitting there with Mark, and they were saying, well, if you feel like you're under a little stress or you've been exposed to something, and I know the three of us looked at each other and we're like, every day, that's just always. But I always try to make sure that my customers know that it's food. So, 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, you can eat more to further stoke your immune system if you feel like you're in a period that it might need some extra punch. We have a couple more minutes. What other tips? I know there's a lot of y'all on here that have a lot of great tips on keeping up with your customers and helping them know more than just taking your capsules.
Melinda, it's Rachel. I just wanted to mention, Paul, I love the fact that you commented on the taking it regularly and how to help our customers take it regularly, because as we've just all been saying, the only way they get behind is if they're not taking it every day, right? Otherwise, they'd always be ready for the shipment. So I thought what you said about helping them, I think you said putting it next to the toothbrush or where they kept it, is a really good tip, and something that we should help all of our customers to have a think about. I'll often tell people to take one set of the bottles to work if they're at work, and keep one at home, because then they go through the first shipment on time, because they'll only have half at home and half at work. But it seems to help people to stay regular, and I think anything we can do to help people be consistent is important.
I would also add that in the same way you invite prospects to events, invite your customers. I mean, there's no harm in over-educating your customers to understand fully what they are eating every day. I like that Nicole does that. I'm inviting people constantly to events, whether they're customers, teammates, or prospects, or just friends that I want to be prospects in the future. But that is something that is really helpful overall, because I have people all the time that hear something about a product that they're not taking on a call. They already know and love Juice Plus, so then they just order without hesitation, or they change their order if their budget's a little bit stricter. But don't forget about inviting customers to events as well, and they might become team. Invite them to the business events as well.
I wanted
go ahead.
I wanted to mention too, when I get in touch with customers, if I'm texting them, besides saying when it will be shipped, I know somebody said they might add a video, but I almost always send some kind of picture or image, like, the benefits of our, the research study done on the heart. Like, we have 11 studies. So I'll send something just so they know, our products are wonderful. So.
Yes, absolutely. One thing that we have done all these years is use the pillbox, and that's one thing that is a lifesaver for me, because we literally have those little pillboxes that they sell at Walmart in the geriatric section, and it has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I have given those out and recommended those to people all these years, because lots of the time, I'll get up one morning and I'll realize that my last nights are still there. Again, it's food. So then you just take last night's and then you take today's. It's okay. But that really has been a tip that was shared with us way back. And the other thing is just all 4 core areas. We're of course trying to make sure they're keeping their load constant with their plant powders, but also their water and their rest and their sleep and their movement. So those are 4 other areas to make sure you're checking in on with them, to be sure that we're helping them in all areas of health beyond just the nutrition. Nicole, thank you for posting the names that was asked for in the chat. And let's see, speaking of things to invite to, we do have a phenomenal event that's coming up for our Stories of Hope this month. That will be on February 27th. And I posted the, oh, look at you, McDaly. You are such a good wingman. So I posted the invitation. There it is right there. And this is going to be an amazing event. Sean is on tonight. Costanza's on tonight. Sean has offered to host it for us. He's got a really great beginning story. You're making me crazy, Mick. There it is. There's Mr. Charles. So he will be our MC host. And these 2 ladies have phenomenal stories. Janet Schaefer has just an unbelievable experience with her COPD. So if you have anybody that that has some lung situations, you will want to get them on with us to hear her story. And then Costanza is on with us tonight. She has a phenomenal health transformation, and both of these women are going to tell you it's not been over a matter of weeks, but multiple years And what Costanza is going to talk about is her autoimmune situation, specifically with lupus. So anybody that you know of that would be interested in those topics, make sure you get this invitation out to them. And as Brianna said, these are great opportunities for your customers. I invite almost all my customers to every month that we do this. And even though they all may not get on with us, they are knowing what an impact that we are making and introducing them to our phenomenal world and community. So last thing upcoming is the Winter Blast. If you're here in Texas with us, I think there's over a dozen of us going down to San Antonio this weekend. So if you're not in that group, come join us. I think you can still get a ticket. And then there is some urgency on getting your conference ticket for Phoenix in April. So you want to make sure that you've got your conference ticket so that you can register for the breakout sessions. And so there's a little bit more urgency about that than what we've had in the past, but they're trying to plan for us a little bit better. So we will need to let them know who is going to be there in Phoenix. So let's see, Mick, is there anything else that we need to let people know? Oh, I did want to say the Healthy Living Affiliates is no longer limited to Tuesday nights at 7:30. That is now a website that has all 4 videos available 24/7. And the password is affiliate. Is that right, Mick? That's off the top of my head.
Yeah, affiliates.
Affiliates.
Affiliates. Yeah.
Affiliates, plural. All of us together in this. One team, one mission. It's plural. And Lori, you have got a comment. If you'd like to share that, that'd be great. But you'll need to unmute.
This is the other thing that people should understand. So on the back of the success of providing the single pouch 15 serving offering of Juice Plus Complete, now you can also get a single pouch of Perform and a single bag of the bars, the Juice Plus bars. So 15 serving options of Complete, Perform, and the bars, which is really, really good.
And the other thing I'm promoting with our customers this month, because it's Heart Health Month, is to let them know about the special offer from the Juice Plus company, so that if they, this is for the customers who aren't currently taking the omegas and haven't taken them in the last 12 months. But explaining that if they do order them this month, they will receive free samples of the bars and also the soft chews.
Perfect. All right, look at us, 8 o'clock. We are good, we are good. Lori, did you had something else?
I just back to your question when we were talking about following up with your customers and what to say about that, just, whether they need it or not, or need to push it back. I sometimes will ask them or follow up with them, like after they just get started sometimes, but also at the time of reorder or when it's about to ship. I'll ask them if they have gotten into that the Juice Plus habit of consistency. If they've had trouble with that, then they may want me to push the shipment back. But if they're taking them daily like they should, then they should be ready for them. But I just talk about the daily consistency.
Lori, I am so glad that you brought that up. And we have been talking about communication right before the reship. But yes, you are exactly right. What we really need to be doing is, we get those emails that they've received it right then, following up with them, finding out how they're doing. Are they starting slow? Are they having any tummy rumbling? Do they need more water? Those conversations right in the first month, literally when we get that email that says it's shipped, then that I find is the best time to really get in touch with. And I'd still find the best thing is just call them, just call them. Or I got to tell y'all, my little 82-year-old master gardener, she was all excited about getting the Omegas, but then budget wise, she started with the twin. And so I asked her at our last master gardener meeting, had she gotten it? Well, then when she ordered, she was telling me actually, she also has some diverticulitis and some other things. She's about this big. And so I was like, oh my gosh, well, let's start off slow. Let's just do, one and blah, blah, blah. And so at the Master Gardener meeting, I said, Miss Eva, how are you doing? And did you get your Juice Plus? Is everything going well? And she said, oh yeah, girl, I got that a couple weeks ago. And I said, well, how's it going? Did you start off nice and slow? How's your tummy? And she said, no, I didn't do all that. I just got it, started right in. I can tell it's just going to be great. And I'm so excited. And as soon as I can, I still want to add those Omegas.
Awesome.
Y'all. So, but yes, Lori, that's a really good point, is if we can prevent a situation where they're not taking it, then we really have done so much better customer care. So right at the beginning, get that habit started.
And then if they tell me they haven't, then we talk about placement.
Yes.
And things like that. Like
And now you've got 4 months to make sure it gets in them. So we don't have those situations that Paula started off with telling us about. Yeah, we definitely want to prevent the non-compliant and educate them and really get them going. So great. Okay, now we're over, but that was great. Excellent. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate you sharing with us. And next week, don't miss next week. We've got a big surprise in store for you. It's actually a pretty exciting announcement from one of our partners regarding her ascent up the compensation plan. So we'll keep that for next week, and then use that invitation, start sending that out for our Stories of Hope this month. Thank you all for being here. We'll stay on. Mick's going to stop the recording, but we'll